Hi guys, my name is Elliot and welcome to my channel where we discuss everything football. If you're new to the channel, remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video, and leave your opinion in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think about what we're going to discuss today on the channel. Let's get right into it. Season baby here, of course, we know, and a lot is happening across most football clubs in Europe, and most of them are coming to do their transfer business. And for that reason, we have major names on the transfer market in terms of the goalkeeping situation. And that being said, we have clubs like Manchester United, who are looking to sell Andre Onana. We also have Aston Villa, with whom Martinez is leaving the club this summer, and also Barcelona, who are looking to strengthen their goalkeeping situation. Real Madrid, on the other hand, are looking for replacement for Andre Lunin, who is set to leave the club this summer too. That means that we have one of the most prolific and also promising goalkeepers around Europe, who is very young, that has been on the lips or the top transfer of almost every club in Europe now, in the name of Juan Garcia. Yes, this keeper, a lot of clubs have been reporting on this guy, and we don't know who is going to get the signature. Until this morning, news from Fabrizio Romano confirmed that Barcelona, or there's an agreement between Barcelona and Juan Garcia on a long-term deal, and is very advanced, and the deal is almost done. Almost done. And that is a good deal for Barcelona if they get this goalkeeper. Now, it also goes on to say negotiations is underway between the Spanish goalkeeper and also the club, and the club is confident that they will get this green light in the coming days. And that is an amazing news for all Barcelona fans. In fact, we've seen what a good goalkeeper can do for a club in terms of Champions League football and also the local competition. We saw this season in the Champions League, the likes of Jan Sommer and also Donnarumma, what they did for their club, and they saved them way to get their clubs to the finals of the Champions League. That means we need a prolific goalkeeper, a good shot stopper with good reflexes to really save us from some of the mistakes committed by Ter Stegen out. Yes, by Ter Stegen. We saw how good Szczesny was in the course of the season when he came from retirement to save our season. In fact, had it not been for Szczesny, I can tell you that we wouldn't have gone far with Ter Stegen. I'm not saying that we are happy Ter Stegen went on injury, no. But if this guy happened to be the first goalkeeper for us in the just ended season, I'm sure that we wouldn't be talking about the domestic treble. Forget it. Because in recent seasons, this guy has declined. And I understand why most Barca fans have taken to social media with this hashtag Ter Stegen out. Yes, and this hashtag has gained a lot of momentum. In fact, about 118,000 posts on this hashtag. One person even took the time to compile more than a 60-minute video highlighting Ter Stegen mistakes. That should tell you something. This is where things get interesting. Now, Ter Stegen, on the other hand, is not ready to leave the club. In fact, in an international duty, he said that, if I'm not mistaken, for now, there are only two goalkeepers for next season, Inaki Pena and me. What about Szczesny? Guys, Szczesny, he's not aware that Szczesny has accepted the contract renewal that Barcelona presented to him. And Szczesny is going to be at the club for one season and even an additional season if he wants. So is Ter Stegen trying to shade Szczesny here? Or he's not just aware of the fact that he has accepted the contract offer? He goes on to say that, if I'm not mistaken, for now, there are only two goalkeepers for next season, Inaki Pena and me. So the competition is already there. Like every year, whoever arrives will have to accept it. And we know, if Szczesny is to compete with Ter Stegen in the polls, we know who Hansi Flick is going to pick. Remember, Hansi Flick was the manager of the German team, and he insisted to keep Manuel Neuer, who was older, in the post rather than Szczesny. Sorry, rather than Ter Stegen. That should tell you something. Yes. And when he came to the club, I'm sure he was hoping and praying that, guy, please give me somebody new. I don't need Ter Stegen in my poll. And lo and behold, he got injured. I'm not happy he got injured. Don't get me wrong. Then we brought in Szczesny, and we saw the magic Szczesny did in our campaign. Now, report have is that Laporta, like I said, is looking to sell Ter Stegen next season, and then they have plans to only keep Juan Garcia as the first choice keeper and also Szczesny to play the second role at the club, which Szczesny is very aware of and accepted the role to be the second goalkeeper at the club next season. Let's see what happens in the transfer window coming this summer. Yesterday, we witnessed the finals of the Champions League where PSG outclassed Inter Milan and won the Champions League for the first time ever in the history of their club. Not only winning the Champions League, they scored 5 goals, 5 unanswered goals. Guy, people are saying that the match was boring, the match was one-sided, blah, blah, blah. But if you understand football, PSG was just good. They were just a good team, the better team. In fact, they didn't give Inter Milan any chance. They outclassed them. Their tactics were to perfection. And Inter had no answers in this game. And that shows how horrible Inter Milan were in that game. And a big congratulations to PSG for winning the Champions League. Not only that, they did a domestic quadruple. Yes, Paris Saint-Germain won 4 titles this season. That happens to be the Ligue 1, the Champions League, the Coupe de France, and also the Trophies des Champions. Luis Enrique, yes, he's a top coach. And we've seen the magic he did at Barcelona after Pep Guardiola left. And I had no doubt that this guy will succeed at Paris Saint-Germain. Unfortunately for the Spanish national team, things didn't really go well as planned for him. But in the Champions League at Paris Saint-Germain, he has done an amazing job, both domestically and internationally. Big ups to Luis Enrique. In other news, of course, now that PSG are the champions of Europe, they are set to play the UEFA Super Cup on the 13th of August with the winners of the Europa League, Spurs. And trust me, PSG is going to trash Spurs. This Spurs team, I don't know the business they will do this summer, but I don't see, they're not a serious team before. The team that sit 17th on the Premier League. By chance, they won the Europa League to save their season. Maybe, let's put it that way. I don't see Spurs outclassing PSG to win the Super Cup. Yeah, this PSG team is a whole machine. Now, if you guys remember, years ago, Juan in an interview said that, I like Ousmane Dembele. For me, it's clear he's better than Kylian Mbappe. And people went all over the internet saying a whole lot of things about this comment or this statement by Juan Laporta when Dembele was at the club. And today you have seen Dembele have won the Champions League with PSG. Mbappe over the seasons couldn't win the Champions League with PSG. Mbappe left to Madrid to win the Champions League and then they went trophyless. Luis Enrique, on the other hand, also said the same thing. I still think that we are better in attack and defense without Mbappe. Yes, he said it at the start, somewhere in the middle of the season. Luis Enrique said it, and it's very evident. This PSG team, like I said earlier, play as a unit. In fact, every department of the squad work together. And that should tell you something. That this PSG team, given 2 more years, are going to be very unstoppable. In fact, I say they win another Champions League, maybe 2 years' time or 3 years' time. Because we are winning the Champions League next season as Barcelona, because it was our season to win this time, and we missed out because of our silly mistake. That's just by the way. Now let's talk about managers in the Champions League, the double, the treble, etc. Now, I think it's Pep Guardiola and also Luis Enrique to be the 2 managers to have won the treble with 2 different clubs. Pep did it with Barcelona and also Man City, and then Enrique did it with Barcelona and also PSG. So when it comes to the treble, it always has to do with Barcelona, 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 Barcelona coaches, Barcelona legend, Barcelona players, Barcelona this, Barcelona that. And yes, over the past decade or even more, let me put it that way, Barcelona have defined or redefined football. Our influence in this game of football is enormous. In fact, it's unquestionable. Yeah, now let's talk about the coaches who have won the Champions League with 2 different clubs. So you can talk about Luis Enrique, PSG, Barcelona, of course, Carlo Ancelotti, Real Madrid, AC Milan, Hirsfeld, also Bayern Munich, and also Dortmund, the big clubs in Germany. You can talk about Jupp Heynckes, Bayern Munich, and also Real Madrid. You can talk about Jose Mourinho, Porto, Inter Milan, and then Pep Guardiola, Barcelona, Manchester City. So that'll be all for today. Let me know your opinion or your views about the transfer of Juan Garcia to Barcelona, and also let me know about the Champions League campaign of PSG's run to the finals and also winning the Champions League, and the players like Dembele, Vitinha, etc. The amazing performances in the Champions League. In your comments down below. I'll see you guys next time. Visca Basa.